Let's do this. Chapter 5. We continue to the fight from before as Juniper kills the Deathstalker. Team Ruby teams up to fight the Nevermore. The four girls work together and create a slingshot, launching Ruby into the sky and beheading the Grimm. Ozpin makes it official and names them Team Juniper and Team Ruby, where Jean is the leader of his team and Ruby is the leader of hers. Yang gives Ruby a great big ol' hug to celebrate, but on that high note, we're reminded of a notorious criminal Roman Torchwick, as it seems he's planning something big. I don't know if you noticed, but we have yet to see Ren's Stormflowers. You've already shafted these characters to hell, now you're not even gonna give the dude his weapons? I get Nora's knee is supposed to be bent upward here, but it just doesn't quite look right. So I like how Jean is still the one to come up with the plan for beating the Deathstalker, but I don't like how they actually did it. Luring it to an edge and Nora applies enough pressure to have the ground crack underneath it so it falls to its doom. It's disappointing because the fight in the show is much stronger. The interesting setting of being on a crumbling bridge high above a gorge is now gone, and the four kids' teamwork is also gone. Pyrrha and Ren did basically nothing during this encounter, and Jean was just the bait. In the show, we see Jean and Pyrrha using their shields as defense for each other. Pyrrha's spear abilities were on full display, Ren's guns and acrobatics led to the Deathstalker's severed stinger, and Nora's mighty hammer blow was the nail in the coffin, and it could only work with the four working together. Jean and Pyrrha needed to defend Ren as he approached. Nora needed a boost from Pyrrha to get in the air. It's just a shame something so well choreographed and thought out in the show gets half-assed here in the manga. Blake and Weiss are doing a good job showing how Ruby and Yang are not that helpful against an airborne enemy. While this mini semblance explanation isn't as well worded as Pyrrha's semblance explanation from the Jean arc of the show, I like it a lot better. Not only are we getting a big info dump on our four main girls, but Ruby's being tactical about it too, showing she does have good combat prowess and is good at leading the team using their different skills to the advantage. It also shows how perceptive Ruby is of her surroundings. She figured out their semblances and how they would work best together just by paying attention. I think it better proves Ruby would be the best fit for the leader, rather than in the show where all she did was get the final blow on the Grimm. And then Yang continued to be the most beautiful of them all. I like that their plan doesn't work on the first try. I always enjoy it when there's a wrench thrown into someone's plan during an encounter. It shows how the characters can be quick on their feet and keeps the events exciting. Why is there this dumb square in the middle of this page? It's adding nothing. It's nice they keep Ruby's slingshot idea, and I appreciate Yang's contribution to launching Ruby further into the sky, but I wish we kept the interesting setting. The fight in the show has hands down the most interesting environment for a fight scene. Crumbling ruins, the Nevermore destroys them as our heroes try to ascend to its level, a large cliff face towering above. It's a unique set design, and I'm a little upset the manga decided to go with empty mountain clearing. I like how Weiss is fine with Ruby being the team leader. While I appreciated the conflict between the two girls during The Badge and the Burden, it felt like we were just repeating the conflict scene during their time in the forest. Also, during the manga, Weiss has already realized on several occasions how competent Ruby is as a leader. So that's the end of this chapter, and the end of the Emerald Forest. And I don't know how I feel? The artwork was fun, but both fights felt like there were elements missing. The artist didn't seem to know how to have a fight between large monsters, so a lot of the shots are just confusing or just a close-up of the monster's face. I liked the Nevermore fight a lot more than the Deathstalker, but if I'm honest, the show just did both of them better. The Deathstalker involved much more teamwork on the part of the kids involved in that fight, and both fights utilized a better setting that led to an interesting challenge for the kids to overcome. And while I liked the teamwork element of Blake and Weiss, Ruby and Yang didn't really do anything during the encounter except towards the end. In the show, the whole fight is a character ability showcase of sorts. We see everyone's weapons on full display and get a good sense of everyone's skill set. But here it didn't feel as strong, especially since a lot of time was spent on the girls talking to each other or thinking about each other. Unless you want to see the teams use different tactics than what we saw them do in the show so far, I'd recommend just sticking to the show for this one. The pace is faster, the characters use better tactics, the setting is more interesting, Ren and Pyrrha actually got to do something. While this wasn't a bad way to end the forest adventure, it wasn't as strong as its animated predecessor. Now that we're finally done in the forest, how will our heroes handle starting up their new lives in a school for hunters? Alrighty, I hope you liked that video. I'm enjoying reviewing the manga a lot, and I hope you are too. Don't forget, I'm reviewing RWBY Volume 7, and I have a bingo board game going on. If you're a patron and you get a bingo on your board, you'll get a special shout out in the Volume 7 review. Any and all support on Patreon is greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much. In the comments, let me know what you thought of this chapter, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.